but I feel that you must do so. But if I can just also, before saying more on that, commend the beautiful little painting of the Pope, the new Pope Francis, who has made, I believe, as someone brought up in the Roman Catholic faith, made a magnificent start to his papacy. His pronouncements on capitalism, on war, have been wonderful. And this little painting, for those of you who are stood that side and can see it, has captured something magical. It's captured the light from the hands and from the face of the Pope. And it's also, I don't know the technical terms, Sheila and Alison and my wife for that matter are artists. I'm not, as in the way that it's framed or not framed, but presented, is also, I think, absolutely terrific. But back to Thatcher. I feel as if I've hated her all of my life. I went on my first anti-Thatcher demonstration in 1972, shouting Margaret Thatcher, milk snatcher, when she confiscated the 1/3 of a pint of milk that our school children were receiving free every day until that point. We never knew then that she would come to so dominate our lives. She was then the Education Secretary in Mr. Heath's Conservative government. And then, of course, she became unexpectedly the leader of the Conservative Party, and as George Bush might put it, we misunderestimated her. We never imagined that she could defeat James Callaghan, who, in my view, was a very fine Prime Minister and a fine man. But she did. And she then spent a decade destroying much of Britain, much of its industrial capacity, much of its social fabric. She turned people against each other. She worshipped money and encouraged us all to believe that the price of everything was important and the value of nothing was nothing. So she scarred the country, especially the north, especially Scotland, and especially, perhaps especially, South Wales, where this piece has come from today. And it's produced, as you can probably see, in coal dust. And Mrs. Thatcher, she's remembered for only one thing. It will, of course, be the total destruction of the coal mining industry in the country and the destruction of the coalfield communities, which I was just looking today, I was talking today to the great-grandson of one of the miners' leaders, Bob Smiley, later a Labour MP, who was the deputy leader of the miners' union when it had 1.1 million members. And today it has 24,000 members, and most of them are not at work. So when she came to power, there were still 500,000 miners. And coalfield communities were real communities, where people knew each other, worked with each other, depended for their lives literally upon each other. And the destruction of the miners and their families and their communities, if she was to be remembered for only one thing, I think that's what it would be. Now, I knew her very well because I spent a long time in Parliament sitting opposite her. I saw her, therefore, up close and personal many times. I had private meetings with her on constituency matters many times. And this piece captures many things about her that I remember and struck me always. And the first thing is, however much one hated her, one could not doubt her steely determination. She was an absolutely determined person, and this drawing captures that in her face. She had eyes which were so cold that one felt they were made of ice, and I feel that this drawing captures them also. She was also, if those of you who are old enough to remember Spitting Image, which used to always portray her as a man in a suit with a shirt and tie, peeing, standing up, and describing the rest of her cabinet as vegetables. This captures an essential masculinity, manliness about Thatcher that I always recognised. Although, in many respects, a feminine woman with makeup and jewellery and clothes and our famous handbag, when you looked at her face closely, just her face, you always thought that she was a man, and a wicked one, a wicked man at that. The idea that a woman could commit these crimes was beyond my ken. It had to be a man. And I think that this drawing captures this brilliantly. And lastly, of course, though, it oughtn't to colour one's artistic judgment, the topicality of this piece, in the year that she finally became ashes to ashes, dust to dust, coal dust to ashes, makes it, for me, too good to be refused. So this offer I willingly take to, along with Sheila, declare this the winner of Britain's Got Artists 2000.